Lisbon is a pleasant city with lots of old buildings, although many of them that were damaged during an earthquake have not been repaired. This monument is of Henry the Navigator and several other Portuguese explorers. This funicular climbs the steep hill out of the old town. And this is the old seaplane that was the first to cross the Atlantic back in the 30s. There are some fine city squares that open right onto the seafront. And many of the pavements are decorated with inlaid patterns. The flea market fascinated me, where you can buy all sorts of antiques and junk. But first we must make our way to the Island Sky, our very comfortable floating home for the next few days. We immediately realise we're in the Azores when we see milk being delivered by horse and cart. Our first excursion is to a tea garden on the island of San Miguel that I didn't know even existed this far north. As you can see, the process is quite basic. This antiquated DC motor is the power force for all the machinery. After processing, these dexterous ladies pick out all the stalks and unwanted pieces from the tea leaves. Which are then packaged in these small tea bags. I'm assuming it's the leaves, not the stalks. Interestingly, the tea bushes are actually trimmed by a clipper machine and not picked by hand as in other countries. As you can see from the view across this flooded volcanic lake, the weather could have been better. There is still a lot of volcanic activity and the air stinks of sulfur. All this geothermal energy was not wasted. We had a very satisfying lunch that was simply buried in the ground for 3 hours. Today we arrive in the very pretty island of Terceira. Where we see workmen carefully repairing the intricate patterns in the street pavements. Apparently the white stone is a local rock, but the black has to be imported from mainland Portugal. Here we are at the island of Fiel. This is the one that all the yachties stop at on their trip home from America. After 2,000 miles of open ocean, I guess you're pretty pleased to see this place. And even more pleased to see Cafe Sport, which is better known as Peter's Bar, where every visiting yachtsman leaves a pennant to commemorate his trip. In a room above the bar is Peter's famous Scrimshaw Museum. It's an incredible collection of engraved whale's teeth.
Okay, I'm Azores April. I am the third generation of Cafe Sport.
This is the famous Peter himself explaining this photograph he took, which he calls Neptune, which is a wave during a storm. Apparently, the wave was almost 60 meters high. Today we went whale watching in quite a small boat, which entailed a lot of bumping up and down, some whales in the distance, and several dolphins, as you can see here. Apparently, they're Risso's dolphins, a type I've never seen before. And the whales were blue whales. Another day, another island where the sea crashes in the lava rock shore. Hi, that's me down there. You can see 2 eggs where a clever seagull has nested well away from any predators. Someone always seems to walk into your perfect picture. Hard to believe, but these scruffy looking plants are grapevines that are protected from the wind by these lava rock walls. Even more surprising is how good these wines tasted. Heading back to the ship, we make our way to yet another island, the name of which either escapes me or is unpronounceable. Where the scenery is yet again spectacular, and the waves crash in against a rock known as Whale Rock. We now head off for the 3-day crossing to our final call in the Isles of Scilly, where we visit the fantastic gardens on the small island of Tresco. Finally, we must say goodbye to the Isles of Scilly and set sail for Poole Harbour. The impressive Wolf Rock Lighthouse, just 8 miles off Land's End, tells us we must be nearly home. So it is now time to start planning our next adventure.